Hey guys, hope you're all doing well and having a nice summer. I just want to do a quick video. This is not going to be a long one. I mentioned in the previous video that we had two Toros and they were in the repairs. We got one of them back, which is this Titan ZX5400. This is the one that got driven over by a tractor. Not driven over, and there's, the back wheel of the tractor bumped into here and pushed down the mower deck, and of course destroyed the ignition part. They didn't fix the mower deck because we desperately need it back, but they managed to fix the ignition part, and I did some amateur repairs by putting some bolts in here to lift up the mower deck. You can see on the side here it's bent, and we probably have to just cut it and weld it on again, but that's a typical winter project. So I kind of want to give my pinpoint of the main differences between these two machines as far as operating them. I don't have any preference to either the Titan or the John Deere, as I mentioned earlier. This is something that we need to have, even necessity. So the first glance you can see is the Toro is considerably smaller than the John Deere, even though the mower deck is a 60-inch and the John Deere is 48-inch. It's still a smaller mower than the John Deere, and the main reason in the size department is actually the tires. So you can see here, when I go down here, the John Deere tires are considerably bigger, both on the back side and also on the front. And I think when operating them, this is kind of like the main thing that came into play. So in my opinion, the Toro maneuvers much better. It drives smoother, the turning is much smoother, and it just, when I'm going around the trees and the bushes that we have, the Toro is so much, it maneuvers just easier than the John Deere. The John Deere is by all means a good machine, but it feels clumsy, bulkier, I would say. And I don't know if it's due to that, it's new and all this, but when you look at the size, the width of the front tires, it's kind of easy to understand that the John Deere will not be as smooth in the turning operation as far as the Titan. So that's one of the maybe big issues I'm having with the John Deere. But the biggest one is actually the mowing itself. The Toro Titan outperforms John Deere by far when it comes to the quality of the cut. And we replaced two of the knives on the Toro, on the left side and on the right side. And of course the John Deere has new knives, so there's, shouldn't be any issue there. But it just outperforms the John Deere by far when it comes to, a clean cut. I don't know the RPM of the knives on the Titan. Probably somebody can comment on that. But it says that, this is a high capacity lawnmower, so I would assume that it has something to do with the the cutting capacity as well. But what I see when I've driven the Titan, this ZX5400, it's night and day in difference. I don't know if it's the knives, the quality of the knives could be one of the reasons that we replaced this one with a better knife. So maybe we have to look into that the standard John Deere knives are not as good as the one we got for this Toro. So that's something we have to look into. The other thing we're doing with this machine is that we're having a car tow bolt. I don't know what you call these in English. So that enables us to pull this tiny fertilizer sprayer, which we use on the lawns. And there is a bracket here, so we can put one on here as well. So we might have to do that. The question is, what kind of fertilizer are we using? And it's Yamila 12418 micro. It's a granulated fertilizer. So that means the difference between the granulated and powder is that you're guaranteed 12418 in each of the granules in the fertilizer. So it's a good fertilizer. We spread 4 times per season. Our season lasts from I would say maybe the first cutting is around end of April, and we're probably having the last one in, I would say, end of September, October. And the amount we're putting on is 4 kilograms per 100 square meters in the spring, in the first cutting, and then we spread out 2 kilograms, so the half during the growth season. So it's a standard fertilizer for lawn. Has a low caloric intake, caloric content, but a high sulfur content. So it's a good match for growing non-yielding lawn, so to say. And when I'm saying, we spread out 4 kilograms and 2 kilograms throughout the season, you might ask, okay, how do you adjust that on this fertilizer spreader? This is not like precision farming, so basically we're just increasing and decreasing the gap to adjust the flow rate. So it's not, there is no, what you can say, electronics behind this. So it's just, trial and error on the first time, and then you get it right, because you know the area you're spreading, and you know the amount of fertilizer you put in, 25 kilograms a bag, and you're just trying to spread it out evenly. So I guess that's all for now. I didn't expect me to say that the Toro was way better than the John Deere, but it is. But I have to look into that, and it's probably one of the reasons behind it is probably something to do with the knives that we have put in the Toro. We'll do a little bit of update when we get the other Toro back from repairs. I have no idea how long time that will take, so it's not going to be a long video as well. So to sum up, needless to say, I'm a little bit surprised that the Toro would be this old Toro. You can see it bent, and it's not really like a top-notch condition, but it runs really well. So the main finding was the quality of the cut, meaning how even it cuts, and also the turning, the maneuverability of the machine itself was way better. And of course that has to do with the wheels, the size of the wheels, and of course the machine is considerably lighter than the John Deere. I don't know the exact, but the engine and the whole construction of the machine, it's quite obvious that it's way lighter than the Toro. So that's a little bit surprising that there will be such a big difference in the performance. But yeah, so quick update on this. I will post another one when we get the other Toro back, which is actually a little bit bigger than the John Deere, so it's going to be interesting to compare that. I don't remember the exact model of that Toro, but either way I will give a review, not a review, but an update when that one is back. So hope you all are having a good summer so far, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.